So hope you are all able to see me, and we're going to start in the next 3 minutes. But it's always good to start a bit early and talk to you all. So welcome to this series, and let me. I have some thing running. Okay, so welcome to day 3, and today we are going to discuss a very important thing. We are going to learn a very important thing, that is a Flexbox. So Flexbox is one of the layout which is a very important thing to learn, because all of the, as I've told earlier also, all of the modern website or web apps are made with Flexbox. Okay, so they are not made with Bootstrap and all the good things are made with Flexbox or Grid. Flexbox is very small, but Grid is a bit big. So Flexbox, most probably I will complete it today only, and Grid will do tomorrow. So someone might be asking, "So, and then when the projects?" So the projects you have to do from my YouTube channel only. So I'll give you all a link, a very good link through which you can do the projects. After this, you have to do a lot of projects. So this is mainly the theoretical part. See, whatever CSS I teach, it is right now in this 5 days. This is all theoretical part. After that, you have to practice a lot. I will teach you everything in CSS, but after that you have to practice a lot with the there is a playlist on my YouTube channel, that is a front end mentor playlist. So I'll give that front end mentor playlist maybe today or maybe anytime else. Today only I will give. Okay, so you can do this, and you can do all the front end mentor sites either with the Flexbox or with Grid, so or with a combination of both. So I use a combination of both because actually Grid is much more powerful than Flexbox, and you don't have to touch a Bootstrap or something else again. Flexbox itself is much powerful than Bootstrap, and all. You can do very beautiful thing with that. And if we are doing that, let us also discuss about something known as Tailwind. Okay, Tailwind nowadays is very popular. You'll see all over the internet, people are pushing Tailwind a lot. All of very famous YouTubers are also pushing Tailwind a lot. But even one thing good about Tailwind is that is not like Bootstrap. Bootstrap is like, you don't understand CSS. When you learn Bootstrap, you won't learn anything about CSS or something. You just have to apply those classes, and a lot of ready-made things are also available, like the card, like the model, and all this. So you don't learn anything. But with Tailwind, you learn CSS, because Tailwind have those classes name which you have to do. Okay, MB2 and some flex2, flex direction, FD or something like that. So it's, in my view, it's much more better to. I have also used a lot of Tailwind, but in my view, it is much better to do it with pure CSS instead of Tailwind. And Tailwind is that live chat is displayed right now. I have sent you on the WhatsApp also that live chat is displayed right now. Okay, no, I cannot attach in the video description. Then anyone will come and fill it. So that will be in the live chat only. Live chat is right now, it is enabled. Means if you means one sec, because I have given that. I have given you a screenshot also in live chat. Live chat is there. Live chat is enabled there, and you don't see it on a mobile. You see it there. So live chat is there. I'm gonna say that means live chat is not there and all. Okay, so okay, your channel, one sec. Okay, yeah, so live chat is there right now. Live chat is there. Okay, let me also start it. Start it, and attendance when we given at the end. Okay, attendance will be given at the end. And let me share my screen now. Okay, and hope you're all able to see my screen. And this is for Abhinu. Okay, so what is this then? What is this? This is known as live chat. Abhinu. You have to understand how to use internet and all. Okay, so this is not today's thing. This is day 2. Is this not a live chat? So live chat is there. Even if it is live chat is not there, you watch it tomorrow. Live chat always comes after one day. Okay, live chat is there, and see, I'm showing you live chat is there. So see, if you start from here, it will show like this. In the starting, there is no live chat. Live chat is always shown on the right hand side. Here, live chat is shown. So go there and see it out. Okay, so that is there. Live chat is there, and I should not have told people like this. Means if you have missed it, then it missed it. But then also I'm giving all of you opportunity. Okay, if you can in this, if you are one day late also, it is okay. You can fill the attendance form, but I'm not going to put it in any WhatsApp group or in any description and all else people will come to the description and do it. Okay, people will not even learn anything. So If you miss some of the day and you want to fill the attendance form, go back to the day, either watch the replay after it is over, or go back to the day after one day. See what happens in YouTube. Once I do a live, after one day it is actually published in YouTube. After one day it is actually published in YouTube. So after one day when it is published in YouTube, then the live chat also comes there. Okay, so whatever the live chat is there. So anyone who is one day behind or something like that, they can watch the previous day video. After means after one day. After one day means day two video. Right now you watch. Right now after today's live session, you watch the day two video. Then you will get the live chat and all those things you will get. And you will get the attendance form also. So because that is one of the reason I give this whatever this weekdays is there. So weekdays your certificate I give it on a Saturday evening I give, so the people have a chance. So if someone has missed the live session, after one day they can see it. Okay, so I give them the chance. Okay, so that is like that. Okay, so we will get started now, and we'll get started with Flexbox. So as I've told, the Flexbox is for layout and all, and this is very important thing to understand. So for that Flexbox, okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm in a deck, and we are going to do a bit of terminal, because from next week terminal is very important. So I'm in a folder. This folder is 25 CSS, something like that. Okay, and here I already have this CSS basic. I have given a GitHub for this, I think, already. So here I'll make a Flexbox basic folder. Okay, and you can do it through just through your Explorer also. It is not required, but as I want all of you to become a web app developer, not a website developer, because then you will require this. When you are going to do React.js, you are going to require a lot of command line. Not that much, but you should know basics of command line. Okay, so mkdir makes a directory. Okay, in Windows also you should use git bash. There is something known as git bash. You should use that. Mkdir flex. Okay, Flexbox one. I'll do a cd, and there is another way to open it with VS Code. That is, go inside it and do it with code dot. Works with Windows also. Everything it works. Okay, so it will open it like this, and come a bit down, bit here like this. I'll do, and I'll make it equal. Okay, so now what? So now we are going to have an index.html, and then of course style.css. So we are going to learn Flexbox. Okay, so index.html. So let me make it a bit bigger. Okay. Index.html and style.css. Okay, index.html as always. Okay, close it, and Flexbox one I'll do, and link is CSS is style.css, and here we are going to have this div with class of container. Div with class of container we're going to have. So what is this? Why div with class of container? And there are many boxes like this, box 1, box 2, like this we are having. So what are they? Okay, all able to see my screen, or I will increase the font size. I will increase the font size. Okay, so what is this? See, Flexbox and Grid, both of them are always applied on the parents. So I have told a lot of time about parent. So parent means this. See this div of class container is the parent of all of these things, because it is wrapping this thing. This is a main rule. This Flexbox is always always applied on the parent. Okay, parent, and the children become flex item, and that is very important thing. Okay, so now we have this CSS there. So we are going to have first the basic CSS. Okay, so if I open this thing, everything have two classes. One is box, one is box one. Okay, if I go live and go live and show this. Okay, so see, it will show like this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 9 10, because they are anyways they are div. Okay, they are div. So now we're going to have some basic style first, then we're going to move into Flexbox. Okay, so for basic styling, what I'm going to do is like first thing is this box sizing border box, and I have explained about box sizing border box yesterday. And we have something by default, it is contain box, but we always in the production projects, what we always do, we always make the box sizing as border box. Okay, so that the padding and the border are not included in the width. Padding and the border are not included in the width, I remember. Okay, and then all this box on have made it of different sizes and given something like normal, like color, font size a bit bigger, text align center, and padding around it. So what it will do is 1 2 3 4, it will show like this. Okay, it will show like this, it will show like this. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, all of them are there like this because they are div and they will happen like this. So now we are going to, as I've told, we are going to apply the Flexbox on this container. So I'll go here and I will come here and dot container I'll do, and then display is flex. Just displays flex I'll give. Just display flex is the I will give, and this is the natural way in which it runs. Means like a div will come one after the another. As you all know, div is a block level element, so it will come one after the another. But the moment I give the container, which is the parent, as a display flex, see what will happen. Everything will move one after the another. Just maybe you can think just like an inline it is moving, but Flexbox has a lot of properties. It is just the beginning. So the moment we do display flex, all of them will move one after the another. So this is what Flexbox is all about. The main part of the Flexbox is like that. Flexbox is one thing. Flexbox is unidirectional, not bidirectional. By default, we're going to learn about it more later on. It has got something like a left to right and top to bottom direction. Main axis is by default left to right. So display flex we have done, main axis is left to right and everything moving from left to right. Let us have a border also here. Border is 5px solid black is there. Save it. So a black border will be created. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Black border will be created. Okay, so this is like this. Now if I give the height as, see this height thing someone was asking that day. So height, if I give 100 vertical height, so height will be 100 vertical height. Save it. So it will be in the complete page. 100 vertical height means complete page. 100 vh is like this. So this is like Flexbox, and I'm giving it 100 vh. And now there is one thing in Flexbox. By default, okay, Flexbox is unidirectional, so that is also one of the reason I like Grid more than Flexbox. Grid is much more powerful than Flexbox because it is bi-directional, not unidirectional like your Flexbox. Okay, so that is there. And now, as I've told, by default, unidirectional means one direction. Flexbox is one direction. Flexbox has something known as direction. By default, it is left to right. The direction flows like this, from left to right it will flow. And if I don't give anything, there is another property in Flexbox known as flex direction property. So if I give the flex direction as row, flex direction as row, nothing will happen, because if I don't even give this line, flex direction is row only. But see, if I move it to column, there is another value of it, and that is column. If I do this column, see, everything will move from top to down. The moment I do it as column, what happens, the flex is now from top to down. So that is like that. So flex will now become, the main axis will become top to down. Okay, so and this is something which we are going to do a lot in the programming. Means when you are going to do mobile layout, we are generally going to change this, because when you responsiveness comes with this only. So flex direction, if you change, it is top to down. Mobile layouts are generally top to down, and desktop layout are generally left to right. Okay, so it is like that. Okay, so that is there. And one more thing. Okay, so let me remove it. Let me remove this flex direction again and save it like this. Okay, so it is having like 10. Okay, 10. Then I have this box. So each of the box is the same property. So I will again target this box. It is already targeted above, but I will do it here. It doesn't matter. Dot box I'm going to do, and here the width I will give it as 300px. I'm giving the width. Save it. See, now it has shifted completely. Means all the space has been occupied. But actually, this is not 300 pixel. This is not 300 pixel. How? Because if it would have been 300 pixel, 300 into 10 is 3000 pixel. Okay, this is not 3000 pixel. How can we find it out? There is a when. Okay, I'm using. I think I'm using your Chrome only. Chrome, there is a way to find it out how much is the width. Okay, if you open this inspect thing, and then if you move it, okay, okay, in the top, see, it is showing me what it is. It is actually 985 pixel by 450, if you can see it. So 3000, even if I take it completely, this is not 3000 pixel. Okay, so this is not 3000 pixel. So definitely this is not 3000 pixel, and each of them is not 300 pixels. The main thing is that each of them is not 300 pixel right now. Okay, so what does just happen? So if you do it like this, so Flexbox will distribute the whatever the space was remaining before we give the width among the 10 rows. So it just distributed it. But if you don't want it like this, okay, if you don't want the space to be distributed, I want each of the box to take 300 pixel only, each of the box to take 300 pixel, then we have to use another property known as flex wrap is wrap. Flex wrap is wrap. I'll do that. So flex wrap is let me make it a bit bigger, because this is perfect, because this is how the laptop screen, if you open it on a laptop, this is that much. I have a wide screen, so it is something that sometimes like this. So this is how big a laptop screen is generally. So okay, so this will look like this. Okay, I'm do it like this also, because we don't need much of a code. Okay, so this, see, the third one was fixed here, 300 pixel, 300 pixel, 300 pixel. But the fourth one was not able to fix, so it has gone down. So it has gone down. So this is how flex wrap property works. By default it is no wrap, but the flex wrap is there. And if I want to fix only 3 boxes, then what to do? Instead of 300 pixel, I can give this as 33.333%. 33.333%. Save it and see. This, like, it will fix like completely 33.33%. So that is there. And okay, so one more thing we are going to learn here, and that is there is a flex ordering property. Although we should have learned it, we should learn it later on, but then also, okay, let us do it. So there is a flex ordering property, and that is to move the order of our flex item. Okay, so for this demo we are going to use a flex of 1, and the flex of 1 is a property which is applied to the children, and we are going to learn more about flex of 1 today only, because Flexbox is a small topic we're going to complete it today. During the later part of the class, we are going to learn about the flex one. So what will happen if okay, I will actually remove all these things like border and all these things. I'll remove now. Okay, I'll remove all these things. I'll save it, and I'll remove this also, and I'll make it a flex of 1. The flex of 1, see, all the spaces has been distributed. If I have just this thing which I was having earlier, so this much space is there. So generally flex of 1 is applied to the children. So box is the children. Box is children. It is applied to the children. And what happens after that? Whatever the space is remaining, it will distribute it. We are going to learn in detail about it. Okay. So like this, it is distributed. So now what I'm going to tell, we can change the order of this also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is there. So maybe the dot box free of order is 1. Order is 1. Order is 1, and dot box 5 is order is 2. Save it. See, by default everything order is 0. So 1 to 9, 1 to 9, 1 to 10, in fact 1 to 10 have a order of 0, and third have an order of 1, and fifth have an order of 2. So this is how powerful Flexbox is. We can do a lot of things with Flexbox. This is just the beginning. This is just one of the things which you have done with Flexbox. So that is there, and then what we are going to do. So now we are going to go ahead and we are going to learn alignment and centering. So alignment and centering is very important. Okay, so all the justify content and all those things you are going to learn now, and that is very important. Okay, so there is a very good site for this. Okay, and at the end I'm going to tell you about a very good game also through which you can learn Flexbox, and a site is also there through which you can learn this Flexbox, and I'll give a project from my site also which you should do. Okay, so there is a, like, you do a CSS Flexbox, you do a CSS Flexbox. I just don't know why 5s came at the end. Okay, so you asked at the right time. I was going to close it actually. 5s order box 5 order 2 have given. Box 5 order 2 have given. So box 5 have order 2 have given. Box 3 order 1 is why did third come at here also? That should also be a question. Because I've given the order property, that's why it came. By default everything is order 1. By default everything is order 1. Okay, so that's why 5 came at the end. Hope it answered your question. Okay, so that is there. And what I was telling you, yeah, so there is a very good site. Okay, it should come second. I didn't got you. Why it should come second? Order is not like that. Order is not like that. Okay, you're getting it wrong. Order means not like 1 2, then this box 3 should have come at here now. What I just told, by default everything is order 0. By default everything is order 0. By default everything is like this. Okay, order 0. Programming always starts with 0. One thing is that programming always starts with 0. By default everything is order 0, which I am not given. Arrays start with 0. Everything starts with 0. Programming always starts with 0. So ordering is 0, like this. Okay, so that's why it came. Hope it is clear now. So let's move ahead. And okay, so this yeah, so I was telling you CSS Flexbox. If we go, there is a very good article from good questions between this is so CSS tricks. Okay, very good question. Okay, so CSS trick, although might not able to answer all the questions, but I will try, but because we don't have that much time, which I generally have in my boot camps. Okay, so complete guide to Flexbox, this CSS trick article, in which you can get a nice overview, means quickly if you want to refer something. The next thing which you are going to learn is justify content and all those things. So sometimes what happens, you quickly want to refer something. Okay, this is justify content works like this, and all these things work like this. So you can come to this site and quickly see it. Means it has got a nice pictorial representation like this, so you can see it. Okay, so now we are going to learn how to do this. Okay, so the same box we are having, yeah, okay, same thing, and I will going to remove this again. Let it be display flex, and it will be coming like this. And then the first thing which we are going to do is the justify content. So let us learn about it. Justify content. Justify content is the alignment across the main axis. Okay, it helps to distribute extra space, whatever leftover is there. The main thing is that this defines the alignment along the main axis. Our main axis is left to right. Okay, so this is like this. Now I will do and there is a default value always. So default value is flex start. Okay, so I will do first thing, I'll do a border 5px solid black. Do save it. See, a black border will be formed. Okay, black border will form. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the justify content is like flex start, which is, as I've told, which is a default value. So even if I don't give, this will happen. Flex on I will tell later on. So we have gone ahead, so flex on and all I will tell later on. Order 1 is only to give the order. Flex 1 is to use to distribute the extra space. Flex 1 I will tell in detail a bit later on. So flex 1 we had given to distribute this extra space. Okay, distribute this extra. You can watch the replay. Okay, and order was to give the order. That is there. Okay, so now what I was telling. So display flex I have given, justify content I have given as flex start. So nothing is happening because everything is by default is flex start is there. So now the next thing which I am going to do is the flex end. Flex end. So everything will move to the flex end. See, all of those things are moved to the flex end. Justify content is a very powerful thing. Okay, you can achieve a lot of things with this thing. Justify content. Flex end has moved, and then I'm going to do it as center. It will move to the center. Then if I do a space between, I'll do save it. See, the space between, this is again very powerful. All of these things will have some spaces between them, but there will be some spaces like that, and last two will be touched there. So space between is actually very powerful to create a lot of things. When you do some real projects and all, you're going to find that a space between is actually very powerful. Space around is there now. Space around is like space will be around, but and this last two also have some spaces. Space around means that, and similar to that, there is space evenly. Space evenly, what will happen, everything will be spaced evenly. So now there is actually, if you can see, there is more space here, means everything will have the equal space. And in space around, what happens, the last two don't have equal space, last two have a little bit of less space, and space between last two don't have any space. So that is the bit difference between them. Okay, so that is there. And now one more thing is that justify content. So Flexbox, there is one confusing thing is that Flexbox depends upon not direction a lot. By default, if I don't give, which I've told earlier, why justify content is there? I didn't understood why justify content is there. Justify content is to move everything. Means if you don't give justify content, everything will be like in the start only, like this. Everything will be in the start. You joined a bit later on. Justify content is to move everything in the alignment along the main axis, which is left to right. Alignment along the main axis, which is left to right. Okay. If I as I've told, justify content have got, actually justify content have got 1 2 3 4, a lot of values are there. Okay, a lot of values are, I think something new have also been come. So flex start and end is there. Okay, flex start and all those things are there. So justify content is to move it like that. Flex start, flex, and center is there. Center is very powerful thing actually. Flex center is very powerful. So this you cannot be achieved with normal div and all. So we are doing a lot here. Okay, so that is there. And as I've told, the the flex direction is very important. Flex direction is like from left to right, and in a row. By default it is row. The moment if we make it as column, flex direction, the moment we will make it as column, a lot of things will change. Okay, so for that we are going to see something like that. Okay, for that I'm going to do one thing. I have to make it a bit smaller. Okay, so I want to show something. So display flex is there. Justify content, I will make it okay, that is there. And height I will make as 100. Vertical height is there. So it will be changed like this. And justify content, not a space evenly, I will make it as flex, and I'll do flex, and I'll do. So it will line anyways move to the end, as we know. But if I make the flex direction as column, then what will happen? Flex direction as column, if I do, so it will move to the end. So the moment I do flex direction as column, what happens? Your in the flex direction column I made. Okay, so now the main axis is top to down. Main axis is not top to down. So if the main axis is top to down, so flex end means at the end. So it's all depend upon the flex. It all depend upon the direct main axis. So main axis is top to down. If I make the flex direction as column, the main axis is top to down. If I make the by default the flex direction is row, it is left to right. So the flex end will go there. But here it will come here. Flex end will come here. And now similar to this, we can have all those things like flex end will come here. Flex start will come at the top. See how we are moving it, how powerful it is, how we are moving it. And then I can do the center also. I'll do, it will move the center. And then all those 2-3 things will be there, like space between and all those things are also there. Okay, so space, so all these 3 things are there. Space around, space evenly, and space between is there. So space between, all these 3 things are there. So all these 3 things are there. Then so this is done. Justify content is done. So now we are going to learn about your align item. So just like justify content, we have align item also. So justify content and align item are very powerful. So what is this align item? So align item is like this define a behavior of how the flex items are laid along the cross axis. So like the main axis, whatever is the main axis, the opposite of it is the cross axis. By default, the main axis is, if the main axis is left to right, the cross axis will be top to down. If the main axis is top to down, the cross axis is left to right. So Flexbox, as I've told earlier during this class, Flexbox is unidirectional or one direction. It's not bi-directional like grid. So that's why I like grid more. Okay. So but it has got far less thing to learn than grid. Grid generally take 2 days to teach. Okay, and it will take 2 days to teach. Okay, so this container is there like this, and now we are going to learn about align item as I told. So again, let me make it back to 100 because we want it a bit bigger. Save it, and align item will move from top to down by default. Okay, so generally in a web layout, the flex direction we generally don't touch. It is already always row, because web layouts are generally left to right only. Okay, so flex direction I will remove from flex direction. I'll remove. So the moment I remove it, it will become row. This 100 VH is okay, and if I remove this also, so it will show like this. Okay, it will show like this. So everything has a default value. So what is the default value of align item? Align item default value is stretch. Okay, so means if I don't give, everything will be stretch. Everything will be stretch. So if I now if I give like align items, like, and if I give it as stretch, see, it will nothing will happen. It will be stretch only. So but then I have like, again I have all those things like flex start. I'll do flex end. I will do, it will go to the end. Then the center I'll do, it will move to the center. Okay, it will move to the center. So that is like this. And then okay, then what? So this is there, but it doesn't have the space between and all those things. It doesn't have those things space between, but it has got one powerful thing, which is known as a baseline. So what is this baseline? We'll understand what is this baseline. See, baseline, if you see from the text, what happens if the boxes are of different sizes, then also a line, imaginary line is created, and all the text will be in the same place. Okay, that is known as baseline. And I'll do this baseline. I'll do this baseline. And what I'm going to do, okay, first I'm going to change the like box sizes. Means I'm going to change the sizes, and baseline is there. See, now this 1 2 3 4 5 6, all of them are in the same line. Although the boxes are of different sizes, but all of them are in the same line. All of them are in the same line. Okay, all of them are in the same line. Okay. So this is like this, it works like this. All right, so this is baseline. Now the next thing which we are going to learn in Flexbox, okay, before moving there, I should actually not touch this. I should actually make a different project, because I'm going to give you all this GitHub link. So at least you should have this thing. So I will close it, and I will come back. And as I've told today, I'm going to use a bit of terminal. You should all learn the terminal a lot. mkdir and Flexbox 2 and cd Flexbox 2, and I'll open it in VS Code. Okay, and yeah, it is okay. And I want index.html and style.css. Okay, so index.html, again Flexbox 2, link is like CSS. Okay. One sec. So let me have the code. So this div is like, again, like, okay, and then here a star I will have, and a box sizing is border box I'll have, and then just some default styles. some default styles always. This time we have text shadow also. Text shadow also we have. So, and then the color are a bit different. Nothing else is there special. And I will go live here. So it will open here. Let me open it here, refresh it. It will open this here. So a bit of box shadow and all those things are there. The rest of them are same. Okay. So let me make this small, because we are going to work in the style.css. Here we are going to work, and let's get started. Okay. So now we are going to first do the flex wrap and all. Okay, so there is one more thing is remaining, okay, in this, which is like known as there are three things in Flexbox. Actually in grid there are four things. So like justify content we have done. So for justify content we have done, then we have done align items, and then there is something known as align content also in Flexbox. And in grid actually all these three things are there, plus it is completely like there is no justify items in Flexbox. Yeah, justify items is not there in Flexbox, but justify items is there in grid. So that's why grid is actually much more powerful. So now we are going to learn about align content. So align content, see, one of the main things is that the align this aligns the flex container lines within when there is an extra space in the cross axis. Extra space in the cross axis means the top to down there is some extra space. Okay, so we are going to learn anyways through example. So in this I'll come here, and then I'll do dot container, and display is flex, and border is 10px solid black. Okay, solid black is there, and height is 100 vertical height. So we know till this how it will come. We know this thing, and then flex wrap is like wrap. So flex wrap is wrap I'll do. So okay, so wrap is wrap. Okay, flex wrap is wrap I have done. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the align content now. Okay, so okay, flex wrap is wrap I've done. It should wrap it. Okay, because it is not wrapping because I have not given the width. Dot box width is of 33.33%. Save it. So flex wrap it, now wrap it like this. Okay, so everything is 33.33%. okay, so that is there. So now we are going to learn about the align content we are going to learn. Okay, so align content we are going to learn. So align content is like the align content is like flex start, and align content is from top to down. Okay, means whatever align is there, it is, if we don't mention your flex direction, which is a row, which is by default row, then the align item will always be from top to down. And all of you have to go through this thing at least 2-3 times, then you're going to understand this. Flexbox means anything. If you want to learn, it is not that much easy. You cannot learn it in one go. So see, flex start, I will do start. Align content, I'll do start. It will be flex start. So all of these things, all of the item is moving like this, and this is different from align item. So this only happens when the flex container, when there is extra space in the cross axis. Okay, so this is there. So align content, this is flex start is like this. Again, the flex end will be like the end will be there, and then the center will be like the center will be there, and then okay, so this will be like this center. Then we have all those three properties also. All those three properties like space around is there, space between is there, and space evenly is there. Okay, space evenly is there. Okay, So that is there. So this is how the align content works. Okay, and then we are going to do something known as align self. Okay, align self we are going to do. So what is this align self? Align self is an individual flex property. See, in this site also, what is there? All the main flexbox property are in the left hand side. So whatever we are doing here right now, most of the things we are applying in where? Applying in the container, which is the parent. We are applying in the parent. But if you want to apply something in the child, and someone was asking what is flex one, okay, what is flex one? Flex one we are going to learn right now. And in this site is actually very important. The CSS site. So all of these things, whatever is will apply to the children, they come in this part. Okay, so this order is there. Order, we have seen this order. Order is also an individual property because I was applying it to the boxes I was applying. So order is there. Then all these things are there. Flex grow, we are going to learn about this flex grow and all. And there is something known as align self. Align self is again something which is similar to align items, but it override the individual flex item property, and this is always applied to a individual item, not the flex container. So how to do that? Okay, so here what I'm going to do is like this thing only we are going to use, and instead of align item, and I'm not going to have a wrap and all, so I'm going to remove this wrap, and instead of this I will have a align items and flex start I will going to have, and so it will move like this. Flex start I will do, it will move like this. Okay, and I have this box of also like 33.33%. So it will be contained completely. So now the thing is that I'm going to have 3 different boxes like this. Box 2, I'm going to have box 2. Box 2 is padding, bottom is like 200 pixel, and box 6, padding bottom is like 20 pixel. Box 9, padding bottom is like 300 pixel. Save it. So it will be, all of them will be a bit bigger. So padding bottom have increased, so it is like this, so that we can differentiate it. Now we are going to learn about the align self properties. Align self properties again, like it has got all these properties are there. So we can move this now individually. So by default, align items is flex start. So everything is at the start, but we can overwrite it. We can overwrite it in these things which you have taken, but align self. So I'm going to do this as first thing, this box 2 as align self as flex end. Align self as flex end, so it will move to the end. Here align self as flex start. Let's start. So flex start, nothing will happen because by default is flex start only. So then I'll have a align self as center, and it will move to the center. So this is how the align self works. Okay, so this is done. Now what I had told, so this is done. We are going to learn about this thing now. This is very important thing. Flex property is one of the very important property in Flexbox. Flex property, and it is actually a short form of 3 different properties, and we're going to learn that also, although you won't see many people using that flex grow, flex shrink, but actually it is very important. Okay, so I'm going to close it actually, and I'm going to open another one because it is required. Dot and mkdir flexbox 3. mkdie, not mkdie, mkdir flexbox 3, flexbox 3. Open it with VS Code. Okay, open it with VS Code, and then here index.html and style.css, and in the index.html I'll have this thing like this, and Flexbox, is it 3? Flexbox 3, link CSS, style.css. Let me have the code for it. Okay. So, okay, so we'll have the code. Okay, we'll have a different code here now this time, and also box sizing is border box, and those default properties are there, the color and all those things are there. So again, go live with this. So I'm going live with this, so it will open like this. Okay, it will open like this. So let us do it. Let us understand what is the flex property actually. So let me again go back here and let me make the dot container as display of flex. Display of flex I will do, and it will all will move one after the another like this. It will move. So there is some empty space after this. Okay, maybe I will increase this time a bit. So I want a bit more empty space. So this display flex I have done. So now what is this flex one? So flex one, okay, let us understand from the official document what is flex one. And flex one, where is it? Okay, flex one is the short form of flex grow, flex string, and flex basics combined. It is actually short form of these three things, and we are going to learn about that. But the main thing is that and it is recommended that you use this in the short form property rather than set it individual. Always you'll see in 99% of the code it will be used as the flex only. Okay, so flex, what is this flex means? And it is always applied on the children, and it is on the right hand side of this document also. It is applied on the children. So what does that mean? So it means that whenever there is some empty space, whenever we do some flex, and whenever there is some empty space is there, so there is a lot of empty space in this line. So if you give a flex of 1 to all of this element, it will distribute those empty space equally among all of this item. So giving a flex of 1 to the individual, to the common class of box. There is a common class of box. If I give it in the common class of box, it means it is applying to all the individual elements. See, one thing important is that it is not applying to the container. I'm not adding it in the container. I will not add it in the container, which is by default display flex. I will not add it in the container here. I will add it in the box, which is the children of the container, That is very important, which is the children of the container. So box I'll do, and then I'll do a flex of 1. Flex of 1 I'll do. See, all the empty space has been now distributed equally. All the empty space has been distributed equally in all the things. It has been distributed equally. So if I don't want to distribute it equally, so suppose box of flex 1 I'll do. So all of them is flex 1, but one of them, like maybe like this box 2 dot box 2, I'll make it of flex of 2. Save it. See, now what happened? What are the empty space was there? So the twice of the empty space is been given to 2. Then all of the remaining empty space is been divided between them. So suppose if there was maybe like a 60 pixel empty space is there, then maybe 20 pixel is assigned here and 40 pixel is assigned to all of the rest of the 5. So it is like that. So 20 pixel assigned here, 60 pixel empty space was there. Main thing is that 60 pixel, not like anything, 60 pixel empty space was there. And then I have given this thing like box of flex 1 and box 2 of flex 2. So what happened right now? See, the thing which happened right now is like the 20 pixel will be given to the box 2. 10 pixel will be given to the 1 2 3 4 5, like this. 1 3 4 5 1 3 4 5, yeah, 1 3 4 5. So this is how it happens. Okay, this is how it happens. And then The next thing which we are going to do, as I've told, so flex is generally used in this way only, but we are going to learn about the individual thing. They are also recommending not to use the individual thing, but we should know what is this individual thing. What is this individual thing? Okay, and for the individual properties, what we are going to do, we need only two of them. We don't need all of them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to comment them out, comment rest of them out. So only 1 and 2 will be there. So 1 and 2, see, 1 and 2 is there, and I can make it a bit smaller. 1 and 2 is there, and see what is happening on 1 and 2 is there. I made it as 1 and 2 means maybe I can make it back as 1, just as 1 is there, 2 is there. So flex 1 and flex 2. So whatever the empty space was there, 2 1 is taking more. 2 1 is taking more. But this one which I have taken, or maybe I will make this also 1. Okay, 1. Okay, so now it is equal. What is this 1? 1 is actually a shortcut. We can give it in another way, and that another way is where am I? Okay, so if I don't give anything, it is like this, like 1 1 0 1 1 0. What is this 1 1 0? So first is the flex grow, second is the flex shrink, and third property means the flex basics. Okay, so flex grow is, it means the flex grow is 1, flex shrink is 1, and flex basis is also 1. So what are they all about? So let us understand about them individually. This 1 1 0 means what? Okay, if I do 1 1 0, nothing will happen here. So this is the long form. So what is this 1 1 0? So as I told, it is combination of three things. So I'll do a flex basis is like flex basics. So what is the flex basics? Flex basic is like the default size of the element before the remaining space is distributed. In layman term, it is just like a width. So that's why flex basics most of the time we are giving it as 0, because we don't want to give it from here. We generally give it from somewhere else, but we can give it from like this also. Flex basis 400 pixel, and here I'll give a flex basis of 300 pixel. I'll do save it, and see, this is 400 pixel and this is 300 pixel. Still the space and all those things are there. So now the second property is there, which is a flex grow. Actually, flex grow is the main property. What is this flex grow means? So flex grow means to distribute the free space between the item, Okay, so in this space, like there is a lot of free spaces is there. So flex grow is actually one of the main property which controls the flex individual property also. So I'll do the flex grow of 2, I'll do, and here flex grow of 1 I'll give, flex grow of 2 and flex grow of 1 I'll give. So flex grow, now see, it is taking 2 and this is taking as 1. It is just similar to flex of 2 and flex of 1, flex grow of 2. But then what is this flex shrink? Flex shrink means the ability to shrink in the proportion when the space is less. So this is when the space is more. There is something also when the space is less. So when the space is less, then what will happen? When the space is less, then suppose I will give a flex shrink of 5 and flex shrink of 1. Save it. In this thing, nothing will happen because now the space is more. But let us make the space as less. And space as less when will be made? Space will be made less when it is in the mobile view. So in the mobile view, see one thing closely. Mobile view, the shrink is 5. So shrink is 5 means it will shrink 5 times more. 5 times more than a normal case. It will shrink 5 times more. Shrink is 1 means it will shrink like the normal only. Shrink like normal only. 1 means that. So box 1 will shrink 5 times more than the box 2. This means, so see, when the space is less, box 1 is smaller and box 2 is bigger. Now see one thing, when this is there, box 1 is bigger because I have a flex grow of 2. So and do have this in. So you can have this very cool thing if you give it individually. If you give it individually, you can have it like this. Okay, so what is the difference in position relative? Position absolute, please give us so position relative, position absolute was told yesterday. So go back to yesterday's class, it was explained there. Okay, so it was done yesterday. It is anything, it is not related to anything here, and it takes a lot of time to explained that. Just go back to day 2. It was explained there. Everything. Position, relative, position, absolute. Position, fixed was also explained. Everything was explained. So go back to there because setup is all different there. Okay, so we're done here with Flexbox. And so how to practice Flexbox? Yeah, I've done all the theory and all. Theory and all was done. Okay, one more thing. Okay, so Flexbox is done, but let me give the attendance form. Mark your attendance here. Attendance here. So mark your attendance here. So this is day 3 attendance. So please mark it here. Okay. So one more thing, which is the main thing, which I'm going to tell right now, is that see, I've told you all of these things. Okay, this Flexbox and all, but most of the people, it would have been a bouncer and kind of thing. You have to go through this class again. But there are another 2-3 ways to, not 2-3 ways. Actually, I mean only 2 ways to learn Flexbox, and those 2 ways is first way, both of the ways nobody will tell you. Okay, and one of the way is like there is a game known as Flexbox Zombies. Not many people know about it. Not many people know. This is a very important thing, and not many people will tell you about this. This is one of the top game to learn Flexbox. Flexbox Zombies. Okay, sign in. Maybe I'm already signed in. So this is one of the top game because the all of this animation and all are also very good, and it has got a nice storyline. So complete this game, you learn Flexbox. So this is something like you have to do complete this game. So let me do this thing. So complete this game, you learn a lot of Flexbox doing this game. Okay, so like this, what is this game about? So if I go here, as I've told, that animation and all is very good here in this game. So animation and all are very good. So you go here, and some story and all is also there, and like this I go, like this. I'll not read the story and all. Okay, you can read it. Okay, story and all. It is like killing zombies with this key. Okay, so you have to just type, like it will give you something, and you will like type like that, display flex. But later on this game become very a bit complicated and all, means very good to understand. So what is this display flex? It is left to right. Display flex is left to right, which I have told. And there is something known as flex direction also. So flex direction, I told you about it. It has got something, maybe I missed this thing. Flex direction, there is something known as row reverse is also there. So row reverse means all. Reverse means from right to left. Right to left. Then there is like what is this flex direction? So flex direction is like column, which I was telling. Flex direction column is top to down. So all those things are there. So this is a very good game. Later on zombies also come, and there is actually nice animation and all are there. So complete this game. This is very important. This is very good game to complete, to learn Flexbox. Most of the people will tell you about some other game, but this is the best game to learn Flexbox. Actually they have the Grid game as a paid game, but this is the best one. So that is the best one. And one more thing, so game playing is okay, so that is something which you have to do. And there is another thing is there. So there is a site known as frontendmentor.io. This site is there, frontendmentor.io. So here you have to go, and this site is one of the top site to learn Flexbox, Grid, everything. It is not like they gives us some challenges. Okay, and all these challenges they gives us, and always try to do the free and newbie challenges first. Okay, so all these things, challenges you can do, and they don't tell us that okay, you do it with Flexbox, you do it with Grid. But in my view, you can do it with both of them. Some of them required both of them. A lot of good people know Flexbox in such a good way that they don't even touch Grid. I know such kind of people are there. So you can make all of these things. Okay, so what they give us the real thing. So real thing, like what a designer will give us. You go to any company, the designer will give you some JPEG file. They will give. If it's a much better company, they will give you a Sketch or Figma. So those JPEG file they give you, and seeing that you have to create a website. So creating a website is not that much easy. That's why I'm telling that CSS skills are very much required for a front-end developer. See, they will give you this image, and with this image you have to create a website. How you can do that? You have to get that thinking also. So if I tell someone to make it with this, so they will, if you start this challenge for free, it will give you GitHub and all these things. So how to start this challenge, what to do, and what to do, all these things. Actually, you can means. Let me see whether I have that somewhere. Okay, so I have that front and mentor. Okay, so I have all of these things as okay, I got it. So all of these things, I've solved a lot of front end mentor challenges, and this is something which you should do first before doing it on your own. See, there is a thinking behind this, so you have to get that thinking first. So first try to do some of the projects. Okay, front and mentor projects. So do front end mentor projects from here first. Okay, front end mentor projects from here first, then try to move ahead. Means try to do it on your own. The more you do it on your own, if you solve also all of these things, all of these challenges, if you go and filter by, as I've told, free and newbie, you do all of these challenges, free and newbie. So how many challenges are there? Whatever are there, do it all, and some of them from my YouTube list, and some of them on your own. You'll be a pro in Flexbox Grid and CSS layouts. So this is much. So this is your way. This is the way in which you have to do. Okay. So I've given you all the pattern also in which you have to do. Okay. So that is there, and so it's time, and hope you all have filled the attendance form. And tomorrow we are going to learn grid. So grid is very important, and grid is, I think grid is, some of my students find grid even more easier than Flexbox, because grid is not like unidirectional, not one direction, it is two direction, bi-directional. There is no concept of like flex direction row, flex direction column, no. And there what happens, there we also have justify content, and all this justify content is always left to right, and align is always from top to down. So those things are there. Okay, so thank you all, and we'll do the grid thing for 2 days, because grid is a bit bigger, and much more powerful than Flexbox. Okay, thank you all, we'll meet tomorrow at the same time. Bye.